3 things. A, I was talking a little bit earlier this week with Mr. Young, the spunky yellow belt that we all know and love. I was talking with him, and it was yet again reinforced in my mind the huge importance of how we all have strengths and weaknesses, which is pretty obvious, and the importance of not all being the same, and how we can use our own strength to make up for the weaknesses in others as a team. In any situation in life, you need this. How many teams out there actually succeed when they're all made of the same type of person, who they're all exactly the same? I was talking with him because, and realizing just how different me and him are. He is very analytic, and I am not. I am very in the moment, and I go by my feelings. And neither way is correct, neither way is better, I don't think. But both ways are better in different circumstances, and in different ways. And the same thing kind of applies when I'm thinking about our Iho Chuan team. The goal is to recognize your strengths, try to minimize the weaknesses, but really embody those strengths and learn how to use them in the best way that you can. Basically being true to yourself and what you can do, and doing it to the best of your ability. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to say that you can't become great at things that you're not good at now. That's obviously not what I'm saying. I do not have the ability right now to govern the books of a major corporation. And I think it'd be really dumb to waste my talents that I have in other areas to learn how to budget the accounts of a major corporation.
To continue that thought, when I could instead use the talents that I have and strengthen them to be a lot better in something that I am much better suited for.
Number 2, I want to address Wanziak's challenge for this week, blog about one personal and one preset challenge and how it benefited me. The preset that I want to talk about is having the no unexcused absences. Having no unexcused absences is something that for some people is pretty easy. Well, I don't know. I'd say it's pretty tricky all across the board. Because what's very easy to do is to say, I'm tired, I don't feel well today, I really want to go hang out with my friends, or any minor excuse. It's very easy to find a reason to not do something, like go to class. Having this no unexcused absences forces you to become accountable to that. A big part of Iho Chuan is accountability. That requirement makes it so that you have to be accountable to the group on paper, that you're going to be showing up to that class regularly. It doesn't say that you can't miss a class, because with the lives that people live, any of us, things come up, things happen, and there are good reasons to not show up to class. But like we've talked before, or like Master Brigger's talked before, it doesn't matter your reason, you still won't get the benefit from it. And your skill will be lacking no matter how good of an excuse you have to miss that class. What this challenge does is it takes away 90% of those excuses. The little things are no longer applicable. If you can rationalize a reason to skip class, well, then you have to tell it. You have to make sure people know what it is. It kind of helps you see through your own BS when you're feeling a little bit too sore to train today, or just not feeling it, The third one. This whole year of black belt preparation and stuff hasn't seemed completely real to me. I mean, parts of it I was going through the motions, parts of it I was not quite going through the motions, and parts of it I was really gung-ho, right? The start, gung-ho as heck, because something's happening. It is the start of a new year. I am part of the Iho Chuan team, and things are going fully on course. I realized that one of the reasons is because I have a hard time conceptualizing the future. I am a very in-the-moment person. The most real thing for me is happening right now. I know that in the future there are things that are happening. There are things that will happen. And there are things that I should do now to prepare for those things that will happen in the future. Oh no, I missed my turn. Taking the long way. To be honest, it's really hard for me to focus on those things because they don't seem real. Recently, I started to become really focused again because all of this black belt preparation and all my years of Kung Fu that I've been doing, all that experience in my head is kind of, the focus of that is being narrowed right now. I realize how real it is in 2 ways. I found out that I am approved as a candidate for the black belt test. So I am now officially taking that test. And that's a step, just on the side, that's a step beyond my last 2 years because I didn't even go for it. I just kind of shrugged it off as, oh, I'm not ready. Just stupid. I should have gone for it, at least prove myself wrong if I could. Second reason is that it's become more real. Lately, I've really been noticing how I can have an effect on people, and that is a huge part due to Kung Fu. That I've realized this, of the effect in a positive way that I can have on people. Seeing this effect and seeing that what I do doesn't just affect me, even something like getting the black belt, right? It doesn't just affect me, it affects the whole school in a way. But in the past I've figured that if I fail, then I fail. But no, if I fail, or if I don't try, then I'm not failing myself. I'm showing other people who look at me and see one of the Hings, one of the higher ups of the students, thinking it's okay to just shrug it off and try next time. And that's not right, because I don't think that's okay. I felt a lot of embarrassment and shame being that Hing who I could have gone for the black belt and I could have earned it last time or the time before. I realized that it doesn't just affect me. People should know that. I know that it is an important undertaking. It's not something that should be shrugged off. It's something that should be taken with that seriousness or respect that it deserves. This is something that's a step to another point in my life. It's a part of my personal growth. I don't know if I got off topic there. That is part of my conceptualization of the future. How did I get off that? Right. Because of those things, it's made this event really real. And of course, it also helps that these things are happening right now. These things are happening now. These revelations, these events, these tangible things that are happening here and now. And that's part of the reason that I can really feel this focus. I guess these blogs are so that I can look back on these things and reacquaint myself with that here and now-ness that I am experiencing here and now. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh! The second part of Sifu Wanxiak's thing, personal goal and why it applies. I gave up candy. It says no candy, and I haven't broken that yet. And the importance of this is that I don't want to get diabetes. My family, I've got like half our family members and my uncles and aunts have type 2 diabetes, totally avoidable, and a lot of heart disease, which might be a little bit genetic, but I think also stems from a lot of inactivity and poor eating habits. And so I'm actively taking this totally preventable bit of disease and trying to get away from it. Not all family traits are passed down. Take that, fate.